Video games. They've grown up to become fighters, struggling to survive. They battle for our attention with their fancy graphics or superb gameplay. Yet their lives began in much simpler ways. They didn't get to this point in time without a few problems in the road. Those impressive graphics weren't always like this. In fact, not long ago, they weren't much better than games like this. Games started off in a very basic way, beginning life as colorless entertainment for the 60s and 70s, until it grew up, it evolved, and started to become something new. A colourful new world where things could only get better. In my lifetime, they have gone from being 2D to 3D in a blink of an eye. And the evolution isn't slowing down yet. These differences between the games of the past and the present have happened with subtle gestures, appearing slowly over time, creating games, each with something new to offer the selective consumers. Games survive on the market through this ideal. They offer something that may intrigue and inspire people into buying into the experience, be it first-person shooter, role-playing, or simply an arcade game. Consoles thrive with that power that games have over their audience. Their ability to influence sales for the better or for the worse can decide their fate.
I was a big fan of Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus, and there's a new one on the Xbox called Munch's Odyssey, but that turned out to be crap. So I kind of thought, what have I done?
I thought it was cool. It was wrong. It was amazing.
This influence that games has with the consumer's opinions on future games makes specific expectations appear in regard to these games. Final Fantasy is a perfect example of this. Each game advances forward along their stages in evolution, retaining the best part of the last game, allowing it to remain familiar, yet become different. Most other games follow this formula. This seems to be the main point and highlight in all games that are popular, that they all have that familiar trait that runs through them, from the first to the last game. Popularity is something that games and consoles struggle with constantly throughout their lives. They try to make themselves appear better than they are. Through many different mediums, the video games industry presents itself to the world in different ways, in attempts to attract different audiences. These adverts need not be relevant to the games or even the console. They just have to emphasize or create a microcosm that allows ideas and stereotypes to be presented. Nintendo, for example, is much more family-oriented and aims to present a comfortable and fun environment.
I mean, you get a Wii fanatic out and they just love it because they like Dazzle and toss it. Or you get gaming hardcore fanatics who love their PS3s for chucking up all the processing power that it can handle and having all the abilities to make a game look completely awesome, and it's the first console that actually went for only grown-up market. Or do you go for the modern 360 where It's just for a family-orientated console where everyone has it, where anyone can do it.
Yet, there are certain consoles that didn't learn these lessons, that didn't create the right image for any particular audience. They chose the wrong games for the marketplace, or they just got overtaken by their opposition. These consoles are now barely remembered. Consoles like the Dreamcast. Many other consoles have gone the same way as the Dreamcast.
With the evolution of games, we've seen a lot of games that have strayed away from the original concepts, which makes them bad games. There are a lot of things in the original games that are better. They're good, they're classics. I'll still play them today, I'll still play Zelda, I'll still play Final Fantasy, I'll still play World of Warcraft. Because they got it right. And I think that's something that a lot of games nowadays maybe is hard to do.
And as we list them, let's take heart in the memories we have of them.